I think I
That's
would
the bird.
say, regardless of which character that Beast was going to pick, we were going to see a lot of activity. As I think that's just the nature of Beast as a player, in your face, all the time.
Yeah, no, he's definitely cashing in on playing that close range game. And
Mhm.
against the likes of Ness, it's going to be really important for Falco to keep a steady beat of how close in you are. Because if you give Ness a bit too much room, all of a sudden you have to go through the wave of PK Thunder, PK Fire, and then Ness having a really good aerial movement to come in at you aggressively. But if you're too close, again, Ness buttons, really hard to deal with, and a really unfortunate SD at that. So Beast's going to be starting the set on the back heel.
Yeah, you want to get close, but when you get too close, you also have to deal specifically with Magnet, which is a great tool for confirming into the big high damaging combos Ness has. And honestly, I think it's something a lot of people are just bad at dealing with as well.
Yeah, it's a very unintuitive move to respond to if you're not
Mhm.
used to playing Ness at a high level, because Psymagnet allows them to advance at you while also extending their combos, making any of their approaches safe because the hitbox is just there every other frame. It's just a really good move, and I feel like Syrup is one of, if not the best Ness, who showcases that usage.
Yeah, definitely a lot of technical play coming out from Syrup. I think Ness is one of those characters where at a certain level they can be thought to be easy, but there is so much optimization and advancement you can do with a character that is just so terrifying when you see it all on display.
Yeah, it's the notion of a low skill floor but a high skill ceiling, and
Hmm.
Essen Ultimate definitely gives notes of that because very popular character. If you're regular attendee of locals, you're probably going to be able to name at least 4 or 5 Nesses off the top of your head.
Or
But
if you've
finding
played
them at Syrup's
online.
level, true. But finding them at Syrup's level, that you're a bit hard pressed to do.
Hmm.
But Beast is no stranger to high level play of any caliber, any character rather. And he's staying alive in spite of the SD. Manages to find a stock and finds that first hit. See if he can press any further advantage, or if he's just going to have to go back to the drawing board for game 2.
Able to up tilt out of that, and gonna have to get something big started here. I'm not sure exactly what Falcon can find at this percent, but Beast just has to stay on the hunt. They really can't afford to play slow into this. I think Ness will kind of just eat that up.
Yeah, it's a very proactive game, and it makes it a bit dangerous for Falco. And that's why we're going to see game 1 go pretty handedly to Syrup. The SD certainly didn't help, but even without it, like Syrup was just all over Falco.
Yeah, and gets the most important part of that final kill was they get the PK fire on the edge of the platform perfectly to be able to follow up with the up air. And I think that's one of the great things about Ness's kit is it synergized so well with the defensive play and those kind of aggressive, I want to say boxing options, but up air is just straight up a kill option as well. So you're able to constantly shift how you're playing depending on the moment. And we are seeing the PT here.
Yes, this is the classic for high-level players that want to play their secondaries at the local, get pressed against the wall before the real character shows up, and potentially down a game to fall here at 5th. It is no surprise that we're seeing the Ivy lead the charge, which I think a bit of an interesting pick, but nonetheless, keeping things on Stadium, I think also a good call here because all 3 members of Pokemon Trainers Trio can play against the likes of Ness, either passively or just sort of holding that stage, and the plats especially in ways where Ness has to pay the price of damage if he wants to go in for those chunky combos. Ooh, okay.
Talking about chunky, gonna find that nair real quick and end that stock.
I mean, that is probably one of the more ratchet combos we've seen from Syrup in this set so far, and he's going to trade it right on back with a back air from Charizard to even up the stock count. I like how he immediately got himself to switch off of Squirtle, give us Ivy for those lower percent damages. I think it's just really smart control of the character, because even though you can find consistent early damage with Squirtle, against the likes of Ness, it's much more difficult to do so in a safe manner.
And just before there, Syrup was able to string about 4 into a row on Beast, so he definitely has Beast kind of has his tempo, has his game plan mapped out right now. Beast needs to find a way to mix it up if he wants to force it to a game 3. Because the pace he's playing at is Syrup's kind of got on lock.
Yeah, I think it's the call that both of these players want to play aggro. They want to keep it fast-paced, but Syrup is much more comfortable doing that right now, and he has the luxury of being a game up. He's currently up a stock, and even though Beast is looking to slowly match that play, it's a lot of work doing, but he's making it work.
Nearly gets that to kind of steal out of the air with the up B, but gonna be looking for the down air and gonna find it all day long. We're in a last stock situation. We'll see if Beast can force us to a game 3 here, or if Serp's gonna be able to finish us off 2-0.
If Beast can get another situation at the ledge like that previous stock, it's going to look real good for him. But that was a lot of effort to end out that one stock. Don't know if Syrup is going to give him that luxury once again, but clanking through, it's not going to be enough.
That was so smart from Syrup to go for the back air to clank. I don't know if he knew that was the interaction he was going to get, but if he did, that was incredible.
Oh yeah, that was a super good call out because, like, regardless if you're getting that clank or if you have to eat the hit, you're at a low enough percentage where, like, you're not worried about getting thrown into Kingdom Come and then not being able to bounce back. Like, you're going to be able to tech that or just flop onto stage and be fine. Meanwhile, Beast is still, spent for resources on coming back. So it was just a perfect situation for Syrup, which is why we saw such a quick 2-0. Shame for it to happen, but I do like the Falco from Beast, hoping he keeps it on the grindstone. It'll be a great character to complement PT, but that's Beast down at 5th tonight.
Yeah, definitely not a bad run for mostly Falco either. I believe that was the only game. I'm assuming that was the only game they played, because when we watched them play Zamba, they played only Falco. So
no, yeah, it's definitely, I wouldn't say it's a common trend, but there is a time when you'll see a high-level player looking to play one of their pockets, either for the sake of taking things easy in a week or for the legitimate effort of grinding that secondary.
Yeah.
And
hey guys,
they'll keep it going until they end up having to pull out the main to stay alive in bracket.
hey guys,
Yeah.
let's run some ads real quick and let's get this out of the way.
Oh, ad time?
Yes.
Kelvin telling me it's ad time. And what an ad to start it off with. Collision 2022 is creeping on by. That's going to be in early March. One of the first majors of the new year. That one's going to be a hell of an event. I know the whole CS team has been amped and ready for a big one. So hoping to see everyone in person for that.
Of course. And make sure you come out to hold the line. This is going to be in Connecticut, South Windsor to be exact, at the Nomads venue. Home of Since is a former weekly there. Make sure you show out New England and Tri-State. It's on October 23rd, 2021. There is Guilty Gear. There is Smash. And yeah, just pop on by.
Certainly going to be a fun one, but of course, that's on the major and on the regional level. When it comes to the local level, we got this nice little schedule for you folks to check out. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, all of that going to be found across the Collision Smash stream. And of course, if you need the Smash GGs, that's right there too. Not just for Fusion, but Bay State Beatdown and Tuesday Night Smashdown.
Make sure you check out the highlights on MetaView. If you're liking the action here tonight, you're going to have all of these clips and more here, live on Tuesdays at 12 p.m. Pacific Time, 3 p.m. Eastern.
And there's DNA, of course, another local event here in New Jersey, operated by the CS team. Make sure to stop by to the Helix Esports Lab in North Bergen, New Jersey, if you need even more of your weekly Smash fix.
Make sure you check out No Pause Tournaments, premium gaming and esports programming services and production, some of their premier events, Solar Power, I believe that's their Arizona event. They got Vacation, and they also got Cross Up. So yeah, make sure you check them out.
And of course, every Monday, right here, Collision Smash, you got Fusion. This is the premier weekly for the New Jersey area. This is where you're seeing some of the best talent week after week. Make sure to tune in with us on a regular basis. But of course, that's where you are right now. You're here with us.
Make sure you stay here.
Indeed. We're going to be having more action soon. Just a second, checking out the bracket, see what we got. Of course, winner's final is going to be Zamba Jackal. That ought to be a fun one. A consistent matchup that we see for Fusion